And I'm going to do another podcast today. Spring is coming. I'm up here in Vermont, and the buds on the trees are starting to come out. It's a little slow. I mean, it's April 19th, as a matter of fact. But they say April showers bring May flowers, and I just can't wait for spring. Well, anyways, let's see what we got today for the show. We got we can talk about a San Diego man who created a skateboard that goes uphill. We can also talk about Windows PCs are getting a free upgrade to Windows 11. And let's see, we got some music. And note any of the music played on this show is royalty free from Compose, a collaboration site, RF, that's me and friends that will play on here. And let's see, we also have Russell Brand on deck. He's going to be talking about Trump's hush money trial and calls it a political distraction. Is it? You know, you kind of wonder there. After that, I'll be getting into festival trails for those who like to go camping for 2 or 3 days, catch some great music, meet some new friends, maybe. I can tell you some of the things coming up here in May. I think I can go up to June 14th to the 15th. And I guess we can finish off the show with a little Vermont government news here about crowdfunding campaign launch for Hardwick concert series. So let's do that. And let's see what I got first on deck. I think you'll like this. San Diego man creates a skateboard that goes uphill. Let me share this. This is it. He's from Connecticut, and I guess he's a career surfer and skateboarder, and he's actually designed this skateboard to go uphill, and he's going to tell you about it. So why don't we do that? See if I can bring this up after this ad.
Board couldn't be reinvented? Innovation strikes again. Connecticut-born Chris Corrente loves anything and everything on wheels. The design daredevil started surfing and skateboarding at a young age, but dreamed for more. Is this a game changer?
Yes, absolutely.
For the past 15 years, Chris has perfected a new type of skateboarding.
This is the Kuma's Carve Ultralight.
And here's what sets it apart. Can you ride this skateboard carving uphill?
Yes, that's the unique feature about this.
That's downhill, this is uphill. Why don't you go down there and show us how you carve uphill?
How about the bike lane?
Good enough for me. Chris calls it tic-tacking. Using the flex of the board along with his patented suspension plates and leaf springs, he can ride it uphill.
These plates are spring-loaded, and this turnbuckle and bushing assembly act as I want to call it an organic novelty. It's maybe the last thing that's not battery-powered or combustion-powered, and it really gets down to the essence of surfing.
Chris says you'll feel as if you are surfing. That was awesome! While getting a great workout. Are you huffing and puffing? He's lost 85 pounds riding his Kuma's Carve system.
Get a little bit of speed.
Teenager Lucas Rothhawk, a beginning skateboarder, gave it a go.
Keep pointing, keep going. There you go, heel side turn. Yeah, that's it.
Just starting off by learning that, it was really simple to start off, and it's really smooth also.
There we go.
Smooth is exactly how I'd describe it. All right. Yeah, I'm feeling that now. Woo! Back in the 1940s, when skateboards were invented, Carl Ekstrom was there. What do you think of Chris's design?
Oh, it's just fantastic. I mean, this is just amazing. To see the way the thing flexes and comes back, it's really very dynamic.
Depending on your height, weight, and riding ability, Chris will custom make a board for you, starting at $600. You may not be able to reinvent the wheel. Yeah, I'm starting to learn how to pump it uphill. But thanks to Chris Carenti,
That was cool.
skateboards are still on the road to improvement.
The news anchors in Connecticut need to take a lesson. This is the coolest. This guy rips. Yes.
In the Zevely Zone,
Smoothest skateboard I've ever ridden.
Oh, thank you.
Jeff Zevely, CBS 8.
Well, that's interesting. I didn't think I'd ever see anything like that, but I guess we have now. We'll be seeing that happen a lot, I guess, out there. I didn't know we had a Segway going, and I don't see many Segway people out there these days. It was a novelty. It went for a while, and that's it. Unbelievable. Let's see. We got. I guess we can talk about Windows PCs are getting a free upgrade to Windows 11, which is something interesting. Let's take a look at that here. Yes. We're on the page here, and it goes, yeah, that's what it says. Windows PCs are now getting a free upgrade to Windows 11. And there it goes, 11. And if you're a Windows computer user or Microsoft will offer you a free upgrade to Windows 11, provided the hardware of the Windows 10 computer is compatible. Otherwise, uh, Windows 11 will refuse to install. Microsoft has now released a large number of Windows 10 PCs that were perfectly not allowed to install the upgrade for Windows 11. But the thing here is they've changed the app, I think. Let's see, it's about the computers with an 11th generation Intel Core processor, and it's the 10.26.0.51.52 or the 10.30.0.51.52. Let's see, and the upgrade to Windows 11 since November. Well, I guess it's denying those. So, but a pro version coming out. Resourceful Windows users can only solve this problem by updating to the Intel SSD drivers. Now, I went through this a few years ago. First, it was the VGA card in there, which is very smart. Windows actually got sued by the Europeans many years ago. That's why they haven't been producing as many versions of Windows that you had to buy like almost every year, because it's sort of a big. It runs on the same principles, and I think the law now requires them to the hardware to change. Like when the computers originally started, they would change the op system to suit the hardware. Well, the hardware has advanced to a pretty steady stream now, and this is where Windows got sued. That's why Windows 10 has lasted so long. And but there's still a hassle here. I wonder if we can listen to this. Windows, skip the ad here. Well, there's 10 tricks for using Copilot in Windows 11. But anyways, see what this says.
One type of component, a TPM, Trusted Platform Module. On the Windows requirements page, it specifically mentions a Trusted Platform Module 2.0 chip as a requirement for Windows 11. And if you don't have one of these, if you run the PC Health Check app, which tells you whether you meet the Windows 11 requirements, like me, it will tell you this computer can't run Windows 11. And even though it doesn't exactly tell you why, and a lot of people are confused about this, for the most part, it's down to not having one of these TPM modules. However, if you don't have one of these, or at least the computer says you don't, you might not be totally screwed. In fact, most people probably actually do have it without realizing it might just not be enabled. But if you do have an older computer that doesn't have a TPM chip, like mine, it's actually from like 2015, there is still some things you can try, so we're going to talk about all that. So quickly, first of all, what exactly is a TPM module? Now, I know TPM module is like saying ATM machine, just deal with it. A TPM module basically does cryptographic functions, and it's isolated from the rest of the computer and the processor. So it can do things like creating cryptographic key pairs or storing keys in its isolated module, so the key never actually leaves the computer, but it can still do authorization and stuff, so that your computer can still do things like file encryption for a whole hard drive or anything else that might need to use this special thing for cryptographic reasons. An easy way to tell if your computer has a TPM module is you can simply go into the start menu and type in tpm.msc, and then it'll pop up a thing. It'll tell you some information about it, or if you don't have one, like me, it'll says compatible TPM cannot be found. Now, there are two versions of TPM that you're probably going to hear about. TPM 1.2 is the older one. It was starting to become more mainstream around 2012, and then TPM 2.0 is the newer one, and that was starting to get released around 2014. So these are not new things. But when it comes to Windows 11, the hardware requirement is not exactly as it seems, because on the main Windows 11 page, yes, it does say Windows 11 requires TPM 2.0. However, I found another page that was mentioned elsewhere that has the actual requirements, and specifically it says there are new minimum hardware requirements for Windows 11. In order to run Windows 11, devices must meet the following specifications. Devices that do not meet the hard floor cannot be upgraded to Windows 11, and devices that meet the soft floor will receive a notification that upgrade is not advised. The TPM 2.0 requirement is actually a soft floor. Okay, I have to pause here because as I was editing, Microsoft actually changed this page and removed talk of hard and soft floor, and now it just straight up says you need TPM 2.0. So keep that in mind while watching the rest of the video. It's only going to come into play later in the video. Also here, they removed the soft floor for CPU generation. So if you have any CPU that is older than an 8th generation Intel or equivalent, also, Windows 11 might not work in any case. So we're going to have to see if they maintain these requirements, but just keep that in mind when watching the rest of the video. And here's the other really important thing. There's actually two types of TPM modules. It could be FTPM, firmware TPM.
Well, I guess we should stop right there, huh? And see what's going on. But you get an idea of what's going on with Microsoft. They're trying to do the hardware thing. Well, you can check your computer, see if you got that. But they're upping it free. So if they're upping it free, you probably have to get a computer that's compatible. But that happened. They did that a few years ago when they first came out with 11. But we'll see. Supposedly, they say you can get apps that can surpass that so that it will take the upgrade with with these apps. You'd have to check into that a little further, which would be interesting, even though you don't have the TPM 2.0 or whatever you needed, with a certain apps that bypass what the op system needs them for. Well, they'll write it in there for you, which is usually what they call an upgrade. But anyways, let's see. I guess we can play some music. Why don't we do that? I think I'll see if I can bring up some music here. And playing on a high note.
Sidewalk desert town, sweating from the heat, and trying to get my sound, strumming on my sixth string like a rhythm pounding swing. Well, I finally break the string. It's the last one for today. Oh no. guitar and pocket change. I order my usual drink, and the barkeep asks if I play. He said, yeah, but my string broke. Can you help me with the fix? He grabbed a finished guitar and said, why don't you play with this? Oh yeah. Playing on a high note, it's the best note that I had. So playing on this high note till I run out of jam. I took that grand guitar and I got up on the stage. I tuned it and I strummed it and I played it all the same. I finally hit that high note that I always say for the end. They clapped and cheered, and so I guess I made some new friends. Yeah, 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 yeah. Playing on a high note, it's the best note that I had. So I'm playing on this high note till I run out of jam.
Well, that was playing on a high note. That was by WRC Elayu, also Portland man keyboard, uh, Neil Pilgrim, and Rock On Kid. That's who did that. I don't know what countries they're from or where they're from, but I guess they're from somewhere in the world out there. Anyways, let's see. We can go to Festival Trails here and check this out. Let's check out the first one. This is only a typical Facebook page here. And oh, let me see here. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna try and share this with you. And see if I can bring this up. We're going to be talking about Festival Trails. If you want to go on a, I guess, a mini vacation for 2 or 3 days, you can go to some of these places. This is coming up May 16th through the 19th. It's called the Germination Festival here. It's, let's see, Melvin Seals is going to be there, JGB, Leon Trout, Jabberwocky, and more. It's going to be at Freedom Field in Harmony, Maine. And there's camping on site for that one. Let's see. Then we have all all Roads Music Festival. Let's see if I can bring that up for you here and find that. Yeah, there we go. And let's go there. Share that with you. This is their website. It's the All Roads Music Festival. coming up. It looks like it's on the coast of Maine. They have some good shows there. Matter of fact, a lot of the shows that go off in the summertime, there's there's a few in Vermont, New Hampshire, and a lot in New York and Pennsylvania and stuff like that. I've covered a lot of those. But all roads, it's May 17th to the 18th, Belfast, Maine. This is right on the coast. It's a beautiful place. I'm pretty sure. I've seen it. I've kind of looked at it. It's got let's see, 2 days, 40 bands. This is only 2 days. The other one was 4 days with 28 bands. That was a Germination Festival in Maine. This is All Roads Music Festival. 2 days, 40 bands. You're gonna have 12/OC is going to be there. The Mallet Brothers Band, Weekend Friends, and more. It's going off at Marshall Wharf, Belfast, uh, Maine, and it's doubting whether it's camping on site now for 2 days. I've seen them on the coast there, and you can camp on site, but it's not too bad if you go for a day. You can stay in a motel. You can find things to do the next day if you're going to spend the day, or even after that, like going jet skiing and sailing and uh, fishing. Take you fishing. So all kinds of things you can do on the coast for the summer. And yes, well, I had to say that because that's what makes it very, very interesting. And let's stop sharing that and bring up this other one. There's another festival that we can go to. Okay, let's share that. This is the Northlands Music and Arts Festival. This is actually coming up in New Hampshire. And it's 2 days, 37 bands coming up January 14th to the 15th. And groups like Goose is going to be there, Green Sky, Bluegrass, Moe, and more. It's in the Northlands, is in Swansea, New Hampshire. And there's camping on site for that, I'm pretty sure. And they do have a website called, I just went there, called Northland live.com. This is their website here. Tells you the bands that are going to be playing, ticket prices, some pictures from past festivals. If you're a festival goer, you can subscribe. Let me see what they have. They have passes. I got the lineup, complete lineup here of artists. Goose, Bluegrass, Moe, Pigeons playing ping ball, and quite a few others. Dopapod, that's one of my favorite groups right there these days. Dopapod, they do Time Machine. I think they have a couple of versions, 1 and 2. They're probably doing a late night show there. Big Something, Supersonic Shorties. I never heard about that group, but they do have a lot of new groups coming up. Very interesting. Yes, Magic Beans. Mm-hmm. They come up with some odd names for the festival groups. I think they have a lot of fun with that. Barely Dead. Yeah. If you're a deadhead, why not? There's quite a few bands going to be at this one. Unbelievable. And let's stop sharing that. I do have another final one, but this is for June, I think. Nope, that was it right there. That's all I'm going to be able to get into today. Yes, I can get into more next week or next time I get on the air. Other than that, it's time to listen to some music. Why don't we do that?
When I was young, I believed in fantastic
Well, that was that song. And Jesus, I don't know. Time's going by very fast here. It's not even a half hour, but I think I forgot to bring up Donald Trump here, Russell Brand. Well, if I did, I did. If I didn't, here we go. I'm going to bring it up again. Let's check this out.
Yeah, that's all right. We can do this. We'll do this now. So let's jump into it. Is this trial that we're talking about? Is this trial, the trial of Donald Trump, about misappropriation of political funds? Is it even about morality? Or is it about diverting your attention and shutting down political opponents? Let's have a look. Trump's sexual encounter with Stormzy Daniels is of interest only to his wife and family. The money paid to Daniels during the 2016 election campaign to keep her from selling her story to the media is likewise of little interest. The manner in which the funds were routed from Trump through his personal fixer Michael Cohen to Daniels constitutes at most a technical violation of federal election law, which would ordinarily be settled with the payment of a fine. As for state law, the filing of false business reports portraying the money disbursed to Cohen as payments for legal services was only a misdemeanor, and the statute of limitations has long expired. DA Bragg, however, leveraged the misdemeanor into a felony by alleging that the false reports were an element of a conspiracy to violate federal law, even though no federal prosecutor has chosen to bring such a case. He charged each of 34 false reports separately as a 4-year felony with a combined maximum 20 years in prison upon conviction. Upon conviction. I think I said confection because the whole thing's plainly a construct. Both the substance and the timing of the case are clearly calculated to benefit the Democratic Party in the 2024 election, a little like the Russiagate scandal, which proved to be false, a little like the suppression of the Hunter Biden laptop story, which proved to be true and was said to be false. At least in part by confining Trump to the Manhattan courtroom away from his own presidential campaign every day of the trial, which is expected to take many weeks. The political calculation could well be utterly mistaken. Are you more or less likely to vote for Trump now? Put more, M for more, and L for less. The Democrats' differences with Trump have largely revolved around foreign policy, particularly over the use of Ukraine as a political and military spearhead against Russia. This goes back to the 2014 maiden coup under the Obama-Biden administration, which ousted an elected pro-Russian president and installed a virulently anti-Russian right-wing regime in Kiev, backed by fascist and neo-Nazi groups. The Mueller investigation, based on false allegations of widespread Russian interference in the 2016 elections and the first impeachment of Trump, based on his temporary withholding of US military aid to Ukraine, were both examples of this clash over foreign policy. Today, the central issue in official Washington is how to push through another $60 billion in emergency military aid to Ukraine, despite the opposition among a section of House Republicans. Nothing of this political reality is acknowledged in the coverage of the Trump trial in the corporate media. Instead, there are solemn, hushed voice commentaries about historic character of the first ever criminal trial of a former president. You're right. That is how it's conveyed, isn't it? The obvious question, never voiced, of course, on the network news, is why Trump should be the first. Every ex-president in living memory should have been criminally prosecuted on charges like sanctioning mass murder, waging illegal wars, supporting military coups, authorizing torture, and spying on the entire world, including American citizens. But these actions, committed in defense of the worldwide interests of the US ruling elite, are not considered crimes by the US justice system. The criminalization of private sexual conduct is fundamentally reactionary, as are sex scandals in general. They degrade popular consciousness and drown political understanding in a geyser of sensationalism and prurience. The use of such allegations always involves an effort to conceal from the masses the real political differences being fought out within the ruling elite. Oh man, that's pretty good, isn't it? As for the question of hush money, it is well known that Democratic President Bill Clinton offered to pay $700,000 to Paula Jones to settle her lawsuit over her allegations of improper behavior. In that case, right-wing Republican lawyers induced Jones to refuse the money in order to engineer the perjury trap that led to Clinton's impeachment. In the current case, a Democratic district attorney is using equally underhanded methods. There is nothing progressive or democratic in such political cynicism. The fact that the attacks on Trump are always undergirded and portrayed with such piety, haughtiness, and condescension, that we are always expected to believe that it's the neoliberal establishment that holds the higher ground, even as they use language mired in class hatred. The basket of deplorables, these idiots. Plainly, what is the play here is to instantiate further centralized authoritarianism, to eliminate the possibility of a Trump presidency, not through the ballot box, but through the judiciary. Anyone who believes that this trial is about, hey, you're not supposed to use campaign funds like that, meanwhile, they are censoring anti-war voices, they're extraditing Julian Assange, they're funding and escalating wars all around the world, they're not using American military might, moral might, or the power of you the real power resource to bring about world peace or true progress, or even to live in accordance with your own constitution and your own sanctity and your own sacred values. They're doing it to further enrich themselves.
I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go much further than that because he said his piece. And, that's interesting. That is very, very interesting. Gosh, I'm glad I went through that. I'm not sure what, but it was worth watching. We did talk about vegetable trails. And now, I guess it's time to talk about what's happening in Vermont. And that's about Better Places crowdfunding campaign. Well, I forgot to say, that's only a short segment of one of his podcasts. He has quite a few podcasts up there that he does weekly. He might do 2 or 3 daily. I don't know, on different subjects. But he's got quite an incredible intelligence happening there. And that's only a short segment. That was about 5 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes of an hour and something. You can catch him on Rumble. That's Russell Brand on Rumble. Or you can catch him on YouTube, but that won't do the entire show. Rumble will do the entire show. But check him out. I think you'll find him. He has almost 2 million followers on his site. Anyways, let me get back to the Vermont news here. And it's a Better Places crowdfunding campaign launched for Hardwick concert series. It comes out of Montpelier, comes out of the government website. Hardwick residents will soon be able to enjoy a summer event series with concerts and community connections thanks to the recently launched crowdfunding campaign. The campaign is sponsored by the Vermont Department of Housing and Community Development Better Places program and led by the nonprofit organization, the Civic Standard. Amazing. Creating community events builds community pride and connections, said the Department of Housing and Community Development Commissioner, Alex Farrell. The Hardwick Concert Series will bring together people of all ages and abilities to enjoy their community and share cultural experiences. The campaign reaches its $5,000 goal by June 10th, 2024. The Hardwick Concert Series will receive a matching grant of $10,000 from DHCD's Better Places program. Oh my God, this goes on here. The funds raised will support the concert and dance parties, the evening of the town's Memorial Day parade, a midsummer block party and outdoor performance, and an early fall celebration with music and food. Their game party gets-togethers will incorporate the many aspects of the civics work in the community, interacting play, assembling gatherings or accessible gatherings, and food for all. Let's see, what else do they say here? Resident businesses and neighbors ready to support vibrant public places, community gathering areas, and community events are encouraged to get involved and support Hardwick's campaign. You can learn more and donate by going to https://governor.vermont.gov, press release, music, drives, us launches, new grant program partnership programs. Just go to the Vermont State website and it'll show you what's happening there. There's quite a few subjects. And before we sign off here, I can probably play one more song. So why don't I do that and share that with you? Yes.
The streets are dark, the seats are hung, the lights are dimmed, they've all gone home. The trash is piled along the curb. The day is done. Now it's our turn. We are the stars of the night. We are the stars. We are the stars of the night. We are the stars of the night. The steps go down, no sign above. The line is long, but not for us. Straight to the rope, they know our names. The rest can stand out in the rain. We are the stars of the night. We are the stars. We are the stars of the night. We are the stars of the night. Drinks on the house, we never pay. The crowd is hot. Let's go backstage. Let's go upstairs. Let's drink some wine. We'll pay our share some other time. We are the stars of the night. We are the stars. We are the stars of the night. We are the stars of the night. We've got no money, but we know the jive. I sleep all day, you work till 5. Some of our friends can barely survive, but it's alright. We are the stars of the night. We are the stars. We are the stars of the night. We are the stars of the night. The stars of the night. The stars of the night. Throw open the doors because we are the stars of the night.
Very interesting. Yes, very, very interesting. It's hard to tell if there's the voice is very familiar, but I don't know if it's a popular singer or a band actually put that up there, to collaborate with because they haven't made a hit out of it yet or what. But anyways, who's in there is Milo, who did that. TST Studios, it could be them, and Franklin Sane. Okay, that's who did that song, and it's really not sure. I'm really not sure if it's a collaboration site, but it's possible that some superstars actually use that site. Well, let me see. We're going to be signing off for today, and yes, I'm going to sign off. And you can get this, restream this by going to YouTube, and it's called Interact 1808 in the live section there. And if you're looking for a great show to listen to, check it out. This Indigenous Nation show. It's about Native American and First Nation Canadian artists, and their style of pop rock speakers, and spoken word from the great nation. I'm up to 537 shows, and you can find that on Mixcloud. Uh, let's see, mixcloud.com/DJRF. That's DEEJAY, small letters, RF, capital letters. You can also go listen online to WBEW coming out of Brattleboro 1077 at 10 o'clock on Sunday night and hear a show. But that'll be show 538, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, God bless and have yourself a great day. And I'll be back when I think of something interesting that might interest you.